Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Natasha, and I am the CEO of Success Unlimited. And I have the pleasure this evening to introduce our wonderful author and speaker. But before I get into that, I want to know, how many entrepreneurs do I have in the room? Awesome. How many aspiring entrepreneurs do I have in the room? Even better. Because you're in the right place at the right time, and you have purchased a great tool that's going to help you. Because I can relate to the seat that you're sitting in, especially if you're an aspiring entrepreneur. Because I started out in corporate America, and every day I felt like I was in prison, which is the reason I bought these handcuffs. Because every day that I woke up and was not doing what I loved, I felt like I was in bondage. Actually, every day that I went to work for 5 years and aspired to have my own business, because I knew that the passion, my life mission, was to help other business owners grow their business and to build wealth for my family, not to be making another company rich. So I was in bondage, but mine weren't silver. Mine were gold. I had the golden handcuffs. Because every time I attempted to leave, my company enticed me to stay. A new car, more bonuses. I mean, you name it, I pretty much got it. So I stayed a lot longer than I should have. And that's why I say a piece of me started to die each day. So I encourage you that if you really desire to have your own business, I want you to break free, just like I did. And having this book with you, will help you to do that. Now, I definitely need help pulling this off because I'm out of buttons. I don't need you to sitting there. Also, even after you start your own business, you can remain in bondage. And that will be the difference between someone who's self-employed and an entrepreneur. And I want to really differentiate this evening, because even if you're in business now or you aspire to be, I want you to know the difference so that you'll make the right steps so that you will continue to have your freedom even after you leave your job. Well, a self-employed individual is one who starts a business so that they don't have to work for someone else. They love what they do. Whereas an entrepreneur is all about serving others. They're thinking about creating jobs, bringing value to other people. If you do that, you will even have more freedom and wealth. So think about Joe's Pizza Shop, who buys his own dough, cooks it every day, and really brings up the customers. He does everything because he doesn't know how to give up control. Well, an entrepreneur would be someone who owns Joe's Pizza, and he has locations throughout the city. He has people working for him. He is having an impact on his business community. The difference between those two individuals is mindset. And I know Shayna is going to talk about that before she starts signing the books. So the first thing I wanted to do was make that differentiation. I want you to embrace it. Entrepreneurs are special. We're the ones creating wealth in this country. So keep that in mind. Now, I have the pleasure of bringing forth Shayna Rattler, who I call my sister. I think we have so much in common, but I even tell Brenda that she's my mom, but she didn't bear me, but she's my sister. She's my kindred spirit. And I have the pleasure of being, we're partners in business, so we have a lot of fun and we make a lot of money. Isn't that right? All right.
So is that?
I just need to know that the person who wrote this book is very credible. Shayna is the president of Success Unlimited, which is a business coaching and consulting firm. Before Success Unlimited, Shayna owned and operated a healthcare company right here in Memphis, and she's also an experienced real estate investor. Currently, Shayna serves on the National Association of Women Business Board of Directors. She is on the MLG&W Advisory Council. She's a participant in the Leadership Memphis Executive Program, the class of 2011, and she is a member of the Greater Memphis Chamber. In addition to that, she is a great mom. Keelan, stand up and wave. Be proud. She is a wonderful daughter with her parents. Wave. And I don't see her.
No.
But her special person in her life.
And like
and she is my sister and business partner. will you please stand to your feet and give her a loud applause as we welcome her. I want to be handcuffed.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for that warm welcome. She's already taken part of my job. I wanted to recognize my parents and thank them for their support, and tell my son how much I appreciate him for holding it down when I work those long hours. And my pastor, if you will stand. Today is his 50th birthday. Because you're 50 years old. And he's not just my pastor, but he's my friend and my mentor and a father to me, and I'm just so thankful to have him. And I'm not going to cry. Okay, so the title of tonight is The Secrets to Being a Successful Entrepreneur. It's Not What You Think. T. Harv Eker, who is the author of The Secret of the Millionaire Mind, he says, it's not about being in the right place at the right time. Because that's what we're all told. Oh, it's who you know, and you got to be in the right place at the right time. But what T. Harv Eker says is it's about being the right person in the right place at the right time. And that's exactly why I wrote the book Hire, because there's no shortage of books out there that will help you start a business, fund a business, grow a business, learn how to market yourself, learn how to sell yourself and your services. However, there are not many books out there that talk about who do you have to become as the person to be ready for success. Who do you have to become as the person to be an entrepreneur? Who do you have to become as the person to do anything that you want to do in life? And so Hire is a personal development book that I geared towards entrepreneurs because that's who the bulk of my clients are. But the principles that are in this book really are things that you can apply to your life regardless of where you are. Whether you're already in business for yourself, you want to be in business for yourself, you're in bondage at a job and you maybe even want to stay there, you like that, climbing that corporate ladder, if you're trying to get physically fit, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish greatness in, you can apply those principles to your life. So, the question becomes, how do you become the right person so that when you are in the right place at the right time, you are the right person? I'm not going to go into the specific principles that are in the book because you guys have purchased it, and I thank you for that, and you can read that for yourself. But the very first thing I want to say is that you must condition your mind. Because one, that's where it all starts. It's your mind. How do you think? What do you think? Ask yourself those questions on a daily basis when you're going through your routines in life. And we all know that our results are a direct correlation to our actions. But our actions are a direct result of our thoughts. So if you're thinking poorly, then you're going to have poor results. If you expose yourself to negativity and other poor things, you're going to have poor results. And there's even a Bible verse that I don't know which one it is, my pastor can tell you, but the Bible even says, so a man thinketh is he. So every single thing that you do, everything that you expect to happen in your life is all going to start with your mindset and how you think. So that's the very first thing you need to do if you want to be successful, is you must condition your mind. The second thing is that unfortunately, we don't know what we don't know. So if you're going to be successful in things, you need to be a thirst for knowledge. We live in an information world now. So if it's not out there to be found on the internet, then it's probably not out there. So be a thirst for knowledge. It's just like plants. If you're not growing, then you're automatically dying. So you want to be a constant learner. The second thing I would say is invest in yourself. Find a mentor. Surely there is someone out there that is going where it is that you're trying to go. And most people are going to be more than happy to help you get there. So find a mentor. Or you can always hire a coach. Just like great athletes have a coach, people that are in business can also hire a coach. People that want to do better in their career can also hire a coach. People that want to do better in life can hire a coach. Life coach, business coach, career coach. They're out there. Just look them up. And the next thing about not knowing what we don't know is surround yourself with success. Don't be intimidated to spend your time with people that are smarter than you and are doing more than what you're doing. Because research shows that we become just like the people that we spend most of our time with. So you really want to think about who do you have in your inner circle. And if you have naysayers on your team, then you need to get them off of your team. The next thing that you have to do if you want to be successful is that you have got to take action. Success is less about ideas and more about implementation. How many of us have had an idea in our mind that we wanted to do and we just have not done? Or how many of you have seen a commercial and you go, I thought of that 3 years ago? Don't let that happen. Quit just sitting on the idea and implement. You've got to set over-the-top goals, and then after you set those goals, you have to be willing to work hard at achieving those goals. And you better be ready to go harder than you've ever done, because entrepreneurship is no cakewalk, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. So make sure that you're taking massive action. And the last thing is that you must have a whatever-it-takes attitude. When I wake up in the morning and my feet hit the floor, I want that world to say, oh crap, she's up. You really can't allow anything to stand in your way. You have to have it in your mind that if this is what I want and this is where I want to be, then I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And let's talk just for a second about limiting beliefs. We all have them. We all at times think, maybe I'm not ready for this, or maybe I'm not good enough. But the question becomes, just like any other challenge in your life, are you going to let that challenge be a stumbling block for you and get up and keep going, or are you going to let that be a brick wall? So whatever your limiting beliefs are, find a way to reverse that limiting belief. If you say to yourself, I'm not good enough, then find 3 ways that you can tell yourself that you are good enough, so that those limiting beliefs do not stop you. And then, most importantly, success does not come without sacrifice. So I want you to think for a minute, what are you willing to give up? Is it hours of television at night? Is it getting that person that's holding you down out of your life? Is it investing in yourself? What are you willing to give up? Ask Elon. There's many nights I'm not there. There's many weekends that I am there, but I'm on my laptop. So what are you willing to give up to have exactly what it is that you've been telling yourself that you want to have, and exactly what, frankly, you deserve to have? One of the other things that T. Harv Eker says is that there's absolutely nothing wrong with being wealthy, because guess what? The more money that you have, the more people that you can help, the more lives that you can add value to. And like Natasha said, it's our civic duty as entrepreneurs to create economic development. It is our job to create jobs and not work jobs. So I want you each to think about your lives right now. And when I say, what are you willing to give up? I mean, really, what are you willing to give up? Because success does not come without sacrifice. And lastly, my own personal key to success, and this kind of goes with having a whatever it takes attitude, is that some days, in fact, most days, you have to keep going even when you don't feel like it. So like the title implied today, there are some secrets to being successful, and it's usually not what you think. So I thank each of you for coming tonight. I am going to answer any questions that you may have about entrepreneurship, any questions that you may have about success in general, and then I will sign and we will get on with tonight.